What's up, people? How's everybody doing? My name's Ryan Milky. You all know who I am. It even says it down there. Milky with a dragon and a cup of milk. That's me. We're here to talk about Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince today. It's a sad one. That's why I've got the booze. Because, yeah, we'll get into it. I'm sure. This is. I don't like this movie. It's a fantastic movie, but I don't like it at the same time. Right then, let's do this. So, guys, first of all, I want to say, everybody, please check out mine and Headless's Clone Wars reaction videos. We are literally just going on to season 5 as of recording this week. So we are literally flying through it. And I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying it. By the numbers on YouTube, it looks like I'm getting more views on each video. So it looks like it's going that way. So just keep doing what you're doing, guys. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, because I'm loving it. But yeah, let's get this show on the road. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Please allow me to welcome I was going to call him my brother from another mother, but I don't know his mother. So, yeah, he's my brother from another country. He's Headless Ned Stark, and I must say, looking super crisp this evening. Welcome in, Headless.
What's up? What's going on, man?
How you doing, buddy?
Crisp.
Crisp.
Like Cocoa Crisp. What's up?
You know when you open a can of cola for the first time and you hear that refreshing noise?
I do, yes.
Like crisp, that noise. Yeah, I don't know how I can make a visual representation into an audio reference, but I just did. Lego ships.
when all fails, you said Lego ships, and then
Yeah.
all the viewers come in.
Mm-hmm. I'm drinking, by the way, and I'm drinking Copperberg Mixed Fruit Tropical. I've never had it before. It's
I'm
nice.
drinking my Voodoo Ranger from the other night.
Danger Beach.
My Danger
And
Beach.
then when we get onto the harder topic conversation later, I've got some Somerset cider, Thatcher's Rose. Never tried it, picked it up, thought try it. I needed it for today because, like I said, this one's a hard one. So what do you think to the Half-Blood Prince? Overall reactions without giving too much away.
Well, like we kind of were talking yesterday a little bit. I thought one of my biggest issues with the whole Harry Potter thing so far is we don't get to see what the evil people are up to for the most part. Now, granted, as up to this point, we look at Snape as one of them, but we only see him in Hogwarts for the most part. The thing I really like about this movie is that we finally get to see what Draco is doing behind the scenes, and we get a little bit of the couple of the other characters as well that we'll talk about. So that's one of the reasons why I really do like this movie. Now, one thing about this movie I totally forgot about. I forgot how soap opera-y it is, like the first hour. Like I get it. Like they're at this point probably like 15 years old or 16 years old or something like that. And so I know I get that's a whole part of high school and all that kind of stuff with the love interest. But man, oh man, I forgot how much there is in this movie of that. Like half this movie is all about that. The love potions and all that. But
well, yeah, again, because it introduces us into Slughorn, who is the new potions teacher.
Right.
So it kind of connects with the stuff that he's doing and trying to get into the Slug Club and all this kind of stuff, So yeah. I get what you're saying, though. I definitely understand what it's like at that time. But it's at that era where we've seen, Cho and Harry have that look, and we've seen Hermione and Crumb have the dance, and then it's building and building and building. Now they're just snogging in the corner and very sexual. Some very sexual references in a lot of this movie as well, which is pretty mad.
And I do find it funny because it's just, I don't want to say it's forced, but like I wish like Hermione would, like in the previous episode, or I keep saying episode, the previous movie, I wish he would have shown a little bit more interest in Ron. Like I feel like it comes out of left field. Like there's a little bit of that. I think is in it might be Goblet. I think it's Goblet of Fire. But then nothing happens in the next movie, and then all of a sudden, like she's like all the man, and it kind of, like I said, it kind of comes out of nowhere a little bit for me. But it is.
Yeah, kind of in the Goblet of the Fire, she gets upset that he didn't ask her to go to the ball and things like that, and it was kind of going from her side more than his. Yeah. And then on this side, on this movie, I noticed when him and Harry are talking, such a fantastic scene when they're both talking in the beds and they're talking about Ginny and how he doesn't understand how people find his sister attractive, and Harry's like, because she's beautiful, she's got beautiful skin. And then he mentions Hermione, and Harry instantly references, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Now, if you if you think about what they're saying to each other, Harry's telling Ron in that moment that I find your sister attractive more than I do Hermione. He doesn't click on because he's dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. But no, this movie for me hurts because more so the ending. But it's also taking it back to the book. I remember reading this book, and I don't know if I have strong memories of when I reading this book. This was the first ever book that I remember reading page for page and seeing tears fall onto the page of a book. I'd never had that experience before reading a book, and this one did it. This one definitely did it. Yeah, this one hurts. How's everybody doing in the chat tonight? We've got Tell Talks. How you doing, buddy? Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if everybody isn't already. Christina Payne, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Arcade Pop. What is good? What is good? Snugster. And there's Lilia Fire. They've been crushing on each other since at least Goblet of Fire, says Lily. So yeah, they have.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so.
It's so minor, though. I don't know. I guess so. But
like at the beginning of this one, he mentions toothpaste when they're in the in the burrows. He mentions about the toothpaste and stuff like that, and then later on, that's paid back when she smells the love potion and she mentions peppermint toothpaste, which is what Ron uses. So yeah, it all connects to it. But yeah, I've got a slideshow for some new characters that we can go through and talk about. It's clear as day, says Lily. It is, yeah.
It's clear. It might be clear as day. It's just I don't think there's enough for how she reacts in this movie. That's just one guy's opinion, though. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think more so on her side than his in this movie. I think there's more advances from her than there is him on this movie.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I don't get the feeling like she's all in like that. Like there's a couple times that we see him touch hands and then they both like put their hands down. And then, like I said, I thought it was Goblet of Fire that we don't even see any of that relationship at all. Maybe it was well, no, Goblet of Fire is before. It's Order of Phoenix. Order of Phoenix, we don't see any of that relationship. There's nothing. We have Luna come in, and that, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember seeing anything that was like, oh yeah, they're gonna hook up soon. Like it says, like a whole movie goes by and there's nothing. But I guess it's just my, how I viewed it. I guess I kind of wish there was more.
Yeah, for me in this one, I see Hermione hide behind the curtains, and she invites the wrong boy just to annoy Ron. Ron points out that she's got the drink on her mustache from drinking, and then that whole scene, she can't even look at him because she's mortified.
But again,
that's all,
right, and that's all of this movie. That's all in this movie. I'm just saying, maybe there's a couple of instances in Goblet of Fire, and even Azkaban, a couple, I think. But there's nothing to say like in this. There's nothing in the fifth movie, which is Order of Phoenix, to say that in this movie they're going to get it down, and she's going to be super jealous, or he's going to be super jealous. There's nothing there.
Okay.
It's just to me, it's just weird. It's just weird, and this goes back to the whole fact that I think we all agreed last night that we didn't really think that Ron and Hermione were even like really a good match.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Movie-wise, yeah, but book-wise, I think I preferred Ron in the book.
So here's my thought on this. It's so funny because I watched an episode today of Saved by the Bell. I don't know if in the UK if you guys ever watched Saved by the Bell.
No.
So it's a high school comedy, right? And the main character is Zach Morris, and Zach Morris is after Kelly Kapowski. Like the entire run of the show. That's who he wants to get with, and blah 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 blah. And then there's those random episodes where Zach is like dating like the best friends, and he ends up dating both of the best friends at some point, and it's weird. It's just like, where did that come from all of a sudden? Like you have, it's just this is the kind of vibe I'm getting from that. But anyways,
yeah.
Moving on. What's up, Yash? Hey, I remember Yash from House of the Dragon. It's been a while, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome in, buddy. We've done so much in between House of the Dragon and now. It's crazy. Good to see you. This is the Half-Blood Prince breakdown and review. Not so much a breakdown, but we're just going to go through some of the new characters that I thought could have a mention in this movie. So Horace Slughorn is the new teacher for potions. He was a newly recruited professor of potions at Hogwarts. Slughorn is obsessed with making the acquaintance of potentially powerful and influential young wizards. He hosts weekly parties in his room, inviting only select students known as the Slug Club. And he possesses an important memory of Voldemort, which we'll get onto in a little bit. What do you think to this guy? His introduction to me is sweet. I love how we go into the house at Grimmauld Place, and it might not be Grimmauld Place, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a good character. I like this guy. The introduction was strange, like he's like hiding out, and he's like, I guess he was using a potion, I would imagine, or something to make him like look like a chair.
Transfiguration.
But yeah, this character I liked, and I never knew, like, this is like the new professor that comes in. Granted, he wasn't he wasn't the dark arts teacher this time, but right from the get go, I'm like, okay, Slughorn. It sounds like it could be an evil last name, but yeah, I mean, pretty much he's a good character all the way through, and I do love him at the end too when he finally kind of opens up to Harry.
Yeah, definitely. So Slughorn in the book was bold, and he had a large moustache. But in this one, they seem to give him a full set of hair and no moustache.
Interesting.
He was also much fatter in the book, and I know that because there was a point in one of the chapters where it is said that he takes up an entire carriage compartment on the Hogwarts Express by himself because he's that big. He was also shorter as well, but in the movie,
Okay.
So yeah, and then the start of this movie is different as well because we don't get no Harry staying at the Dursleys or anything like that. And we kind of get a flashback of the last movie, don't we? With Dumbledore and the whole print and stuff like that. Whereas in the book, the movie started. It was from the Muggle Prime Minister's perspective, and he was reading through and he was talking about the bridge collapsing in London and all that kind of stuff and the weather. Fun fact for people that don't know, this movie was set in 1996, and the bridge that they break at the beginning of the movie was the Millennium Bridge that wasn't built until 2000.
Oh, okay. That was a pretty cool scene. I like that.
Yeah, different bridge though. They didn't do that in the book.
I find myself really enjoying it too when they do go outside of Hogwarts. As much as I love it when they're in Hogwarts and it just I love that the way the castle's designed and everything. I do find myself really enjoying the outside stuff, and it seems like it's only either at the end of the movie or the beginning of the movie. And the beginning of this movie was great because of that, And then he was like at the little diner, and he was flirting with the one girl there, and then that's when Dumbledore comes. But I do find myself really enjoying the outside world perspective of all of this.
Oh hell yeah, I completely agree. I like being around Hogwarts too, but I prefer seeing magical stuff out in what I can call home. It's the UK. I live here, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll move on. Ginny Weasley has been in quite a few of the movies, and she's also had quite a lot of topic time with our conversations throughout the movies as well. Because especially last night, you believe that she hasn't really done much, has she? But this one, she was in a lot.
Yeah, this one she actually shows up, and she's actually in the movie. We were talking last night. I'm like, she's kind of at that end shot where she's kind of like in the top 5 of the group, and I'm like, dude, you've had a cup of coffee with them. I mean, that's about it. In this movie, we finally get to see her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can clearly see all the way through it that Harry is hiding his emotions for her because the way Ron is being with how other boys are with her, because she's dating other boys in the school, and Harry's listening to what Ron's saying about, but that's my sister. How can he touch my sister and stuff? So
yeah,
there's Lily. Ginny is a dud.
I don't know. I kind of liked her in this movie.
Yeah, Ginny's cool.
Yeah,
I like her. She's a bit quirky, a bit weird.
Yeah.
Good night, Anthony Blaze. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate it. Josh or Yash in the chat says Chamber of Secrets is his favorite. What about you guys? My favorite so far, I'm not going to give away all my eggs in one basket because we haven't watched all of them yet. for YouTube purposes, but my favorite so far is Order of the Phoenix.
I can bring up the rankings if you want. You want to bring it up
Cool.
real quick?
Sure, yeah, we can bring up the rankings.
We'll see kind of where we're sitting right now. So there you go. So that's kind of where we're at.
For people in the chat that are new this time, we usually have Lily with us. She unfortunately couldn't make it this week, but that's fine. Life comes before YouTube, as we always say. So hopefully she'll be able to make it next week. But that's why you'll see her scored here, and she's not on the panel today. But yeah, pretty much even Stevens with me and Lily, and Headless is out there on his own broomstick on a different Quidditch pitch.
But we all do agree that Chamber of Secrets is our least favorite. And it's funny because you just said that his favorite was Chamber of Secrets.
Chamber of Secrets.
Going on sub.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, you can always go back and watch that review and see why we think that way.
Yeah. Lily says, I think Order of the Phoenix too. Exactly. Cool. We can jot that one down.
Yeah.
Bring Ginny up, and then we can go Bellatrix Lestrange. We brought her on here because she has more of a say in this one than she did in the previous movies.
Yeah, I mean, she kills Sirius in the last movie, and it's kind of like our first intro to her. But beside that, I mean, she's only in there a couple of minutes, really. And then this movie, we kind of see her in different. We kind of see her what she's doing behind the scenes. She doesn't just pop up just to be a bad guy. We kind of see exactly what's going on. So I liked her much more in this one than the other one.
Yeah, I like all of her quirky one-liners.
Yeah, just because you just give more, just more information, and instead of some random. I don't even know. In Order of the Phoenix, did she even did they actually say that she was Sirius Black's cousin? I mean, if they did, I missed it, but I didn't even know that till yesterday's live.
I think if they don't say it spoken word, it's definitely seen on the wall of the family tree.
Oh, in the family. Okay, when they're in that room, yeah. I have to go back and watch that part. Now I'm curious to see if it's actually on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all mix together for me, so I'm not 100% sure if we actually hear the word spoken. But yeah, Bellatrix Lestrange for me is one of my favorite bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
She's such a good, even though she does one of the most heinous things that you could do to a character in the Harry Potter world, and that is taking out our boy from last week.
Yeah,
Sirius Black. It's hard, but I don't know. I like her, especially towards the end of this movie when she's all running around and going crazy, and just the whole big exacerbation of power on the tables of the dining room in Griffith. Yeah, you know what I mean, in Hogwarts. Love it. Yeah, we'll go through. We'll get some more. Severus Snape has a big part to say in this movie, considering we find out later on that he is the Half-Blood Prince. Harry goes to Slughorn's class and he says, I haven't got any books. Can I get a book from you? And he says, yeah, grab what you need from the cupboard.
Yep.
And then they have that little fight, don't they? Which is so what I would do. I would always go for the neater book and not the scruffy one. But in this time, the scruffy one paid off. Imagine, I'd like to just see a Harry Potter What If series. And what if Ron got the book?
Yeah, that'd be cool, right?
What would happen then? So it'd be interesting because we have all this stuff with the liquid look and all that kind of stuff for him. He didn't actually give him the liquid look, and he still did good in the game, the Quidditch. Yeah, Severus Snape for me is a slime ball all the way through it, but plays a perfect slime ball and then breaks our hearts right at the end. Fantastic character. I think I said to you earlier backstage, probably number one actor in the entire Harry Potter franchise.
Yeah, I think he honestly might be my favorite character in the entire series.
I like it. Yeah, I like that you say
that. Every time he's on screen, I make sure I'm not doing something else, because I feel like anytime this guy speaks, you got to listen because there's always something important. Whereas other characters come on the screen and it's like you just know it's his filler. But every time he speaks, I feel like it's something important.
Yeah. Cool. We'll carry on. Draco, your boy Draco, your favorite number one fan.
Well, he finally gets to do something in this movie. Just like I said earlier, instead of just kind of like being there and being made fun of, he finally get to see him behind the scenes, which is what I've been waiting for. And I knew that was coming in this movie. And it's just like he's just is such a back character until this movie. Really, he's just kind of there. And he's really good in this one. I like him in this one. And he doesn't even have any speaking lines either. You know, a lot of it is just his actions.
And whisper into the cabinets.
Yep, whispering to the cabinets. That's right.
Yeah. No, I think he grows up extra-mentally. I can't say that huge word. He grows up so much in this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's and that's apropos because he gets given a task from the Dark Lord. He gets given a task to kill Voldemort, to kill Dumbledore. Sorry, and yeah, as we've all known through many conversations with Lily and everyone else on the panel, killing is bad in Harry Potter. It will ruin your soul, whether you're a good person or not. If you kill somebody, it's going to damage you, and you don't want to do it. And yeah, it looks like he could have done it. I don't know. I really don't. I think he was always a coward. I don't think he would ever have fulfilled what he was supposed to do at the end. But it all twists and turns, doesn't it, with what Severus Snape is doing? Of course.
True.
But what do you think to the vanishing cabinets?
I mean, again, it's just a weird. It's kind of like a weird thing that came out of nowhere. It's just like they needed some way to get those guys inside. I mean, I don't remember them mentioning these things in the previous movies. Again, maybe I'm wrong on that, but but again, it's used as a plot device to allow this to happen. So I mean, it makes sense for the movie.
I believe we see a shot of one of the vanishing cabinets, and please forgive me if this is the wrong movie, but I think it's Chamber of Secrets when Harry says diagonally and ends up in Borkin and Burke's shop. Remember when he crash lands in the wrong shop? So
he uses it?
No, he doesn't use it. He goes into that shop. And remember that little hand thing that's on the thing, and it grabs Harry's hand in that shop?
Yeah, okay.
As I believe, as we pan out of that scene, we see the vanishing cabinet in that store. And knowing when you go rewatch it now, you'll be like, oh, there's the vanishing cabinet from Half-Blood Prince, and that's the pathway. So you go through that one, and that takes you to the one that's the sister one, and that's how you get here.
Okay. Well,
Yash has a suggestion for us in the chat. He said you could also review the true crime documentaries. It would be so interesting to see them. I'm not 100% sure on what you quite mean, true crime documentaries, but if you reach out to me on my Instagram, and definitely suggestions, I'm always welcome to suggestions, so appreciate it. Next one is, and the last one of this slide, I had to get this photograph because that's the reason why I'm drinking. We have old Dumbledore. We haven't really spoke much about Dumbledore through all these, but this is the one where we lose him at the very. I always forget, like you said earlier on, the first hour of this movie is very just like blah, and then it kicks in. Mm-hmm. I always forget until we start hearing about Horcrux, which we'll talk about. I always forget that this is the one where we lose Dumbledore, and it just turns, and they turn the dial up to 10, and it literally pulls on your heartstrings for the last 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's funny too because like the way the movie is going, with all of the love potion and all that kind of, like you definitely don't think something like this is going to happen at the end. Like it just kind of like it's that shock value when you first see it. You're like, wait, did it seriously kill off? Did it seriously kill off a main character? Because like this doesn't seem like this is the kind of movie that would happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I completely agree. I took it off the screen because I can't keep looking at it. I really do hate that Dumbledore dies. And again, I said earlier on, this is the first book that I remember seeing tears fall onto the page. And it didn't start there. It started a little bit earlier with the scene that I'm sure we'll talk about. But Horcrux, we hear about Horcrux in this episode. There you go. I just did it. This movie. Do you know why we call it episode, guys? Because no normal sane person watches this many movies in this quick succession.
Yeah.
Usually it's an episode of a show that we do this with. It's pretty crazy.
2.5 hour movies.
Yeah, they're all like 2.5 hour movies, aren't they? They're crazy.
Yeah, all of them. Like I think the shortest one is like 2:20. Mm-hmm. This actually might be one of the shorter ones, honestly.
Okay, so I'm going to put you to the test.
All right, let's do it.
Give me your best understanding of what a Horcrux is from watching this movie.
So well, not necessarily Voldemort. Anyone, I guess, can do it if they know how to do it. So he separates his, like, I guess, soul into different parts, and he attaches that soul to different items, and this way you can live forever, or he can live forever.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, that's now how it's done. I don't know. It may appear
Killing.
So it's just kill. So he kills 7 people to do this, or 7, I think it was.
Yeah, I believe so.
So he's killed 7 people to be able to do this, like when he was younger.
Yeah.
And do we know who the 7 people are?
No, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. So
I don't know right now.
Okay.
It might be out there.
So every time he kills someone, he can separate that part of the soul, or part of his soul. That's what that means.
Pretty much. Pretty much, yeah.
All right, because I mean, in the grand scheme of things,
Slughorn explains it to Tom Riddle in the vision that we see.
I guess I just look at it like you think of other science. I mean, I guess this is considered science fiction. I don't know, fantasy. I guess if you think of other fantasy genres, like people are killing more than 7 people, so it's like with no problem. So it's interesting to see that's what they have to do in the Harry Potter world. That killing is that severe. Like it seems like it's more severe than like in our world or real world.
Yeah, I think that's more JK's writing as well, emphasizing that it is the most heinous crime that you can do.
Yeah, but yeah, so and I know some of the Horcrux. I know there's the diary.
Yep. I made a little slideshow that I can pop up. It's not a slideshow; it's like a little screenshot thing I can do. And go ahead, carry on.
Whose ring was it? It was someone's ring.
Voldemort's mother.
So his mother's ring. Okay, his mother's ring. Oh, there you go. And then you have, what is the one on the far right?
That's Salazar Slytherin's locket that we get at the end of this movie.
Oh, so so like the guy who created that house.
Yeah.
Okay, I have this little Lego guy. This little Lego guy comes with the Harry Potter castle.
Yeah, we're learning in this movie that there are 7. So Harry, all the way through this movie, is trying to get to befriend the new potions teacher, Slughorn, isn't he? Yes. For what we believe Dumbledore has asked him to do is to attain some information from him. And he shows him the Pensieve, and he shows him this way of memories, which for me is mind-blowingly amazing. I'd love to be able to store things like that and put them away and be able to go watch them again. I think it'd be pretty cool because, we all get old and we all lose our brain at the end of it. But yeah, no, I like it. And he gets the message from Slughorn after getting very drunk with Hagrid over Aragog, which I must say, Aragog was absolutely massive in the other film. And then in this film, he's tiny little shriveled up spider. I didn't get it. I was like, that's not Aragog.
And then was that the same spider that we saw?
Yeah, the same spider that's talking to Harry and Ron at the very beginning in the woods.
Looks so much bigger in that movie.
Yeah, and in this movie he's smaller and
we haven't even seen him since that movie. I don't know if we're supposed to feel something there. I mean, I really didn't care. I'm like, okay, we haven't seen this dude in at this point like 8 years or whatever. I don't know, whatever. Mm-hmm.
And I loved Slughorn's "Though your body will decay."
I like when he goes over there trying to get the venom, and his one
snaps it off.
Snaps it off.
Snaps his arm. He's like, "Oh no, uh-oh." Yeah. So basically, that whole relationship between those two is that Harry can get the memory. He gives him the memory, and he says, "Please forgive me." And we watch that he talks to Tom Riddle when he was a student at Hogwarts, and Tom is asking him about Horcrux. It was a special magic that he'd read about, and Slughorn says to him, "You're crazy. I don't want to talk to you about that kind of stuff. That's dark, twisted stuff. You shouldn't learn about that." Mm-hmm. And he then gives us the inkling. What if you could turn it into 7? And then we get the great line, Merlin's beard 7? Why would you want to do 1? You know? Pretty crazy. But yeah, that's how we get them. So that's why I have the screenshot with 3 shown and 4 hidden for everybody's spoiler-free, if you would say so, because I could have had them all on there, but then what's the point of watching the next movies? So yeah, we have 4 more.
So it's funny, it's funny how they just mentioned this too. Like we don't really hear any of this until this movie.
Yeah, that's correct.
So when okay, so here's my question. So the one from the dude, Slytherin dude,
Salazar Slytherin's
locket. When did we see that? Do we see that in the movie? We do see that.
Yeah, when Harry's feeding Dumbledore the water at the end, and he has to drink the last one, and he goes, "I need water, Harry, I need water," and then he turns, and that's the locket.
Oh, that's the locket he gets. Okay.
And then they open it at the very end, and it has a note inside that says, "From a person." Did you get that?
Yeah, with the initials. What was it?
RAB.
Where's RAB? Yeah, it was
Regulus Artorius Black. It's a wizard.
Oh, so that's who it is?
RAB, yeah. Is Regulus Artorius Black. So, and he is Sirius's younger brother.
So why is it? So what did the note have to say?
The note said, I have took the real Horcrux. This is a fake. I tried to destroy it. And then because he turns on Voldemort.
Oh, so they're going to try to find that in the next movie?
They're going to find RAB. They're going to explain. They're going to try and realize. Yeah, they're going to try and find out who RAB is.
Right.
But we get an inkling of who RAB is when we go to Sirius Black's house and we see Kreacher walking around the corridors, and there's a room that says Regulus RAB. It says Regulus Black, and it's closed. That's RAB's room. He died. He died trying to destroy the Horcrux. He joined Hogwarts. He was in Slytherin. He became a Death Eater very young and was part of Voldemort's crew. And that he turned on Voldemort because he realized what Voldemort was intentionally going to do. And then he learned about Voldemort making Horcruxes, so he made it his mission to try and find them. And he went and found this one, which Harry and Dumbledore go to later in this movie. And then that's where he died, because the Inferi got him, and he died, and he became one of those zombies in the water, which is an Inferi, a dead corpse of a dark wizard.
So right now, we don't know who has the what is it called again? What is it?
The locket. The Salazar says the Horcrux.
So we don't know who has the locket, or we assume Voldemort has it.
We're assuming that RAB has it.
But you said
yeah.
But you said
he is dead. Yeah, he is.
So how would he have it? Like on him, on his corpse?
No, he took it. But it'll explain more in the next movie.
Oh, okay. So they explain all this backstory you just said. Did they explain this in the next movie?
Kreacher goes into a bit of detail, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So remember,
they don't explain that he joined Slytherin. They don't explain that he turned on Voldemort very much. But yeah, it's RAB.
Is that in the book then?
Yeah.
Okay. See, and
Lily's letting us know that she assumes he killed many more, 7 just for the Horcrux.
Yeah. All right. I mean, like I said, this is the next movie is the one I'm least looking forward to, but maybe I just need to pay attention. And now that I know way more about the story than I ever did, hopefully I'll be more interested, because I just remember hating this movie so much.
And it's Deathly Hallows next, right?
The first part, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's brilliant.
The first part?
Yeah. I love the whole ending of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember this movie not being that great. But like I said, maybe I know way more about the lore now and stuff, and understand just about all the magic and stuff better than what I ever did. So yeah, I'm curious to watch it.
Mm-hmm. I know they left a lot of scenes out of this movie as well. Like at the beginning, there was supposed to be hurricanes in London, and they were being caused by giants working for Voldemort. I know that Amelia Bones was the head of the Department of Magical Law, and she was murdered at the beginning of this by the Death Eaters, and that was left out. And Dementors are now roaming free around the country, and they left all that out.
What was I going to ask you? Oh, I was just going to ask you something. Keep going. I was gonna.
Cornelius Fudge was replaced in this movie.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So yeah, I saw that he was replaced, but they didn't really touch upon that very much.
No, they don't.
Yeah, because like I saw that online, and I'm like, wait a minute, Fudge was replaced. I don't even remember them mentioning this.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't mention it in the movie at all.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the name that replaced him. Rufus Scrimmager. Scrimmoyer. I can't say the surname.
So I wonder why. I wonder if it's just because. I mean, well, if it happened in the book, though, then I guess. Because I'm thinking, like, whoa, the actor couldn't come back, so they replaced him. I'm like, well, the book was first, so it's just weird. Why? I wonder why they didn't mention it. Like, so is this person in the next movie?
No, I think they change it again.
See why? What's the point?
Because for some reason, I remember a Welsh guy that played one of the head werewolves in Underworld. I can't think of his name, but yeah, he's in it, and I remember that he's part of the Ministry as well. So it's pretty crazy. They keep changing it.
It's just strange. Just I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these different changes
and I like how this one still sets up that Harry doesn't know what's going on with Snape. Harry, at the end of this movie, Harry genuinely hates Snape and has seen what Snape has done by taking out Dumbledore. But yeah, so what do you think about this one going forward? I know you've seen some of the movies before. I think you've seen all the way through it, but never the way we're watching it now and understanding the story.
No, never this fast. I mean, like I said, most of these movies I only saw once in the theater. So I don't know. I mean, I like where it left off. I mean, I always liked Half-Blood Prince. This is the one I probably have seen. Well, I mean, beside the finale, I've probably seen this one the most. But it is funny watching it again. The only part I really remember is like the last 20 minutes. Like I don't really remember most of this movie. Even after watching it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I tried to block out the end of it.
Yeah, no, I do like this one. I mean, this is probably it's gonna be on the top of my list.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy Order of Phoenix though. My problem with Order of Phoenix is I wish we would have got some of the backstory like we got in this one into that one first, and then I wish like Tonks, like I guess she's in this movie. I had messaged you yesterday. I said, is she even in this movie? And she does show up in the credits. I assume that's her on the farm, or not the farm, but the when they're on by the Weasley's house before it burns. But she just doesn't have purple hair anymore. She just has.
She's sat in the room talking with Harry, Lupin, and some other people. And Lupin is talking to Harry, saying that you must trust Snape because Dumbledore trusts him, and if Dumbledore trusts him, then I trust him.
Yeah, was it
that scene? Yeah, well, that's Nymphador's the one talking there. She's in that scene.
But she doesn't have her colored hair, right?
I think it's dark. Yeah,
it's darker. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, again, that's just another character. Like she shows up, looks cool, and in this movie she gets like a whole second. And I'm like waiting for the whole time. I'm like, oh, maybe she just isn't a big character at all then.
Yeah, well, she'll be around for another battle or two.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Lily, while we're here, you want to let us know what your scores are in the chat, Lily? And we can add it to the board when we get to it for this week, if you're still here, please.
But yeah, I mean, moving forward, I mean, I'm glad we're doing this. It makes me appreciate the series way more. I'm definitely enjoying them more than I remember enjoying them. But yeah, so I'm really curious to see this. This is next movie is the one I really did not like. So I'm really curious to see how knowing everything now.
Yeah, I think you might go into it with a bigger knowledge and come out of it being like, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, so I probably will watch this tomorrow. Actually, this movie. So and then and I'll catch up on the last one over the weekend. But yeah, do you want to do the rankings then?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
All right. So, did Lily answer or no?
Not yet.
Okay. So, do you want me? You want to go first? Yeah, you go first today.
Sure. So for me, Half Blood Prince. Again, I've said earlier at the beginning of this, I love this movie because it's fantastic, but I also hate it because of what it represents and what it does
Right.
with the storyline. But that doesn't make me score it any less, I don't think. I'm going to give this one a 9.
Okay. So that's your top then, right now.
Yeah, so far this is my favorite movie.
Okay.
And I
Um.
kind of pulled in Yash a little bit with that comment because I've already answered that question already today.
Yeah.
Instead a different one. But yeah, it's 9 out of 10 for me. This one is fantastic. Love it. And
Yeah.
it's the first book again that makes me cry.
So more for Dumbledore than Sirius Black, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't know if Sirius Black was ever in it enough for me to like really absolutely care that much. You know, I mean, honestly, if you try maybe one in the main three or Dumbledore, I don't know if anyone else dies that I really care about that much.
Yeah, and it's just such a shock because I vaguely remember crying at the book when we are in the caves and he's begging Harry to kill him and he's making him saying all these evil things to him. I vaguely remember being upset by reading that. And then we get through that with the skin of our teeth and we get to the very end and they disapparate back into Hogwarts. And then we literally enter Dumbledore's death scene. It's like, give me a chance to catch my breath.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't. It absolutely double whammy hits you. You think you lose Dumbledore, you don't. You're joyous because they've found this Horcrux, and then bump, he's gone. Like, and that kind of goes into the next one. You know, Dumbledore and Harry's annoyed a little bit because Dumbledore is giving him this information about Horcruxes, and then dies as soon as he gives it. You know. Now he's got to go and do it all on his own.
So for me, this has always been my second favorite. And that's again before being able to watch them and like almost like a speed run like we're doing. As I mess up the formatting here. So for me, I'm gonna say this is again, if I look on IMDb as I do every time, I gave this one give it a 7. But I would definitely bump it up to a 9. So for me, this is my favorite movie as well.
Okay, so we get 9 all around the board because Lily has let us know in the chat that she's got to go, but she's going to give this one a 9.
All right, so this is a 9.
So
all three of them across. Okay.
All across the board, all of us give it a 9, and that continues mine and Lily's strange connection with the Harry Potter order.
Well, not really, because your 9 is higher than hers.
Oh no, that's correct. She's got 10. She's got 2 10s.
Yeah, she has 2 10s up there already.
Okay, so you rank this lower than Prisoner and Order of the Phoenix. Interesting.
She did, yeah.
Interesting, Lily. Can't wait till Sunday to talk to you about that and find out why.
Yeah, I don't really understand why, especially the Azkaban one. I mean, I get the ending is cool and everything. It's just that movie's just, to me, that movie's just so out of place. It's just so out of place of all these other ones. I don't know. It's just something's.
Yeah, but we know she loves Sirius Black, so to have Order of the Phoenix and Prisoner of Azkaban as your 2 favorite makes complete sense.
Yeah, I get that, but like, I don't know. To me, that movie doesn't. It's just something totally different. It doesn't even seem like a Harry Potter movie, to be honest with you. It's really odd. Where I think the 3 I have on top, to me, this is like prime Harry Potter. Like, I do like the original. I like Sorcerer's Stone because it does set everything up. Again, Chambers, it's a little too I don't know what it is. It's about that movie. It's just a little too, maybe I don't want to say kid-like because I understand it's like supposed to be for kids. It's just there's no real, I don't see any real danger. The snake at the end doesn't really do it for me, and you know, I didn't really care for the bad guy. You know.
Yeah, it's kind of left field with Dumbledore. Like, we have the whole thing with Tom Riddle and his diary, and we're not supposed to know who that is, and then it's all an anagram, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and it's pretty darn obvious what they're doing. Like, it's not like some big secret that Tom Riddle wasn't going to be Voldemort. Like, I feel like that was kind of obvious. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me mark hers down here. So she said 9, right?
Yep.
We're all set. Yeah, I was going back and forth with this one with Order of Phoenix.
It's the wrong one, dude.
I was going back and forth with this one on Order of Phoenix, and I was actually thinking about taking Order of Phoenix and bumping it up to an 8.5, because I do like it better than Goblet of Fire. But I figure right now I might. Goblet of Fire is cool because I like the tournament. I like the ending. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I actually am gonna bump it up because I do like that movie better. And you know what I'm gonna do?
Okay.
Just to make things easy, I'm gonna go like that. That way I get a different score for everything. Now I'll probably end up having a tie here at some point, but that kind of makes it nice. So anyway, yeah, there you go. So that's where we are through 6 of them. So I don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys rank Half-Blood Prince?
Yeah, and who do you agree with more on their rankings in this one? I like.
Yeah, I'm kind of
where you're going with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where you put next week's.
Yeah, because I got like just looking at my numbers, chances are it's going to be a tie somewhere in there, unless I do remember that it is that bad and I drop it way down. But it's going to have to be tied with something, so I'll have to make a decision of which one I do put up a little higher now because I did adjust. Now I feel like I need to go back and fix Sorcerer's Stone because what if it's a 7.5? But that's all right. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm yeah, like cool. I said, I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow, and next week. Then we have the last 2.
Then we're done. This time next week we'll be done.
Yeah, and then we have our we'll have the Kahoot on my channel. Ryan's gonna be making a. We're not sure how many questions yet. Probably around
about 70. About 10 per seat. About 10 per movie.
Yep. So we'll be doing a Harry Potter Kahoot based on all the movies. We'll try to stick it to the movies the best we can.
I won't do any book knowledge.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it with the movies. Since that's what we reviewed, and yeah, we'll have a couple of giveaways that night for our winners, and so it should be fun. So that
definitely, I can't wait. It's gonna be super fun. And next Sunday we're gonna be on your channel, 7:00 Eastern, breaking down Deathly Hallows Part 1, and then Monday we're gonna be on mine doing Part 2.
Yep,
and it'll all be done. And then but the following week after that, we'll probably update you all with what's to come next, probably.
Yeah. We'll do.
We're still doing the Clone Wars
updates.
Yeah, Kahoot and updates, and it'll just be a hangout, chill night, and people can come and go if they want. They can hang out and talk with us and talk about the movies and stuff. But yeah, guys, we'll probably get out a little bit earlier as well, unless you anything you want to share, Headless.
No, just making those Clone War videos. Check those out for sure. Beside that, I got a video dropping tomorrow on an unboxing of a Hasbro figure, and at some point this week I'll be doing a review on this lightsaber that I got. So that's pretty much it, though.
Cool. Yeah, I know that you're excited for the Clone Wars stuff. You said to me backstage that we're getting into some awesome content coming soon.
Yeah.
And for me to hear that statement, it's crazy because I've just watched Night Sisters and Ryloth and all this kind of stuff. It's really cool. The Mortis art, all that. So I'm like, how can it be better than what we've just watched? But okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be cool. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm getting super creative with the thumbnails. Love making those. Loving talking with everybody in the comments as well. We've got the Horseman tomorrow night. I believe Randy's hosting. I think that's what we said last week. So Randy might be hosting again tomorrow night with the Horseman. So stay tuned for that. Thursdays, Saturdays, Mondays, and Tuesdays, Clone Wars. Check out the Lego Live that Headless did on his channel previously last weekend. Go give that a watch. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
We all built some cool stuff.
3.5 hours.
I built a cool car. It's pretty cool. But guys, that's about it. We'll probably get out of here about 10 minutes early. Let you guys go surf the web, see who else is live, and jump on there. But yeah, guys, my name's Ryan Milkey. I've been hanging out with Headless Ned Stark and talking with all you in the chat. Don't forget to check us out on Sunday for the next movie. And yeah, as Headless says, don't forget to keep those heads on and stay milky. See you later, guys.
See you guys.